The day starts at 6 a.m. We've got a call the foundation was failing and it was jeopardizing a garage. But before that project can begin, we've got to get all of the equipment ready to go. Before we can move equipment, we've got to get the plows off, and they haven't been off in 8 months. They're a little bit sticky.
Yep.
You come back a little more if you want.
When the boys go down to the shop, they discover a little surprise.
The hose busted right above the garage door we need to get into. And it looks like it has been leaking for a little while. That is pretty solid.
The snow power will be permanently disconnected for the year, not to go back on until November. So that means it has to come right out of the truck bed itself. It's connected into the truck bed using a fifth rail system. For it to slide out easily means it's got to be completely supporting itself without taking any pressure off the truck or putting pressure on the truck. It's a fine balancing point. This plow, like the front plow, hasn't been off in 8 months. One of the lower pins sticks, sending the plow into a precarious situation.
Pull ahead so that hitch comes out.
As a boss and an owner, I'm lucky enough to have a team that I know cares about their work and has a lot of common sense. So if and when an accident does happen and something goes south, I know it's not because of carelessness, it's because that's just the way life goes once in a while. With one challenge down, we've still got more to go. We've got a mini excavator that hasn't been started in almost 8 months.
Okay, jump packs all hooked up.
It's 30 degrees this morning. She's not gonna want to fire.
Oh, she's super dead. Gonna have to let that sit for a minute.
While the excavator charges, we'll hook the truck up to the trailer and see if that'll break free. The work begins before the project ever starts.
Bullshit. Hold on. Now.
And once we finally get it on the trailer, it doesn't get shut off. It stays running even while we go down the road. My personal preference is to swing the boom around and face it down when I'm backing off a trailer. That way, if anything goes south, I've got that boom arm in front of me to catch me. But every operator does it the way they want. With the equipment finally getting delivered, the boys are going to be taking a look at what they're getting into for the very first time. It's the back wall of this garage is getting pushed in by the hill. But they're going to go inside to see just how bad the damage is.
Well, we gotta dig along here all the way down to where the slab starts in here. We got this nice overhang here. That's gonna be fun.
You're seeing this along with them for the very first time.
See how it's busted up?
Oh yeah, look at this. It's bowed out big time. So that's
So you can't see it very well in the camera, but the wall has a very distinct bow where it's getting pushed in, and then on top of it, it's leaning over. It's about one heavy rainfall away from completely collapsing.
Wow.
that's pretty bad. Look at that.
And so the planning begins.
Might have to put something dead, you know, some dead man's back or something to help hold that wall. You know, something to tie it back.
After they see it, they call me to get a second opinion.
you know, none of the block are broke, but it ain't gonna be a one-day deal.
No, it doesn't have to be a one-day deal. I'm just trying to get an idea.
Okay, I'd say 2 to 3 days.
Okay, okay. So it's a lot worse than when we were there?
Yeah, because that back wall is kind of almost like pushed in. I mean, it's like it's going to keep continuing. We might have to put like a dead man on a couple of dead men in when we backfill it. You know, tie it to the block and then bury something back to anchor back.
Okay.
Because once you push it back, it's still going to want to float. You know.
Right.
You know, so if we tie it back, then that way it won't have the tendency to come forward again.
Right.
You know, we could put a couple of them in.
arguing with you, Frankie.
No, I know.
I'm trying to understand.
You know, once we get it dug out, how are we going to push it back from the inside? If we can get the machine in here, maybe.
That's what the excavator's there for.
Okay. If we can get it in here, it should fit, huh? You thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be close.
All right. Yeah. We'll just do what we can do. We'll work. We'll work on it.
With the ground frozen, it's not going to help the dig go any better, but that's not the only challenge these guys are facing. It's tight. With that eave overhead, they can't get the right attack angle. And on top of it, they're dealing with a failed foundation wall. That means that they can't just go in and put the bucket down and grab as much dirt as they want. That extra pressure on that foundation wall could blow it out. So what they've got to do is take little tiny baby-sized chunks and slowly pick away at getting the pressure off from that wall until they feel that it's a little safer to work.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell looking down this wall here, but it is right about where that window is.
Not all of it can be safely cleared with the excavator. There's an area where the concrete wall meets the footing. That's got to be hand scraped off just to see how bad the damage is.
All right, so in between the house and the garage here, I gotta hand dig this out because that just wasn't gonna work with the excavator. But check this out, you can see the extent of the damage out here too. And this one is all the way through. It's pretty messed up.
We start by taking the pressure off the wall, and just that alone makes a huge difference. The wall starts to move in all by itself, but it does need a little bit more help from us. And we're not able to get the excavator inside the garage, so we've got to do the next best thing.
Lucky this truck fits.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's gonna be cozy.
Oh, you have to use Sam's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We might.
I'm watching. You're good.
I don't think he's gonna.
Oh, I think he's gonna be good. Yeah, you're good. Keep coming. You're good. Come on. Plenty of room.
Okay, so we'll push.
Because this wall actually straightened out itself just by taking relief off.
Yeah, as soon as, you should have seen this. You looked at the back wall and it was like this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you look at it now and it looks like not straight, but straight compared to what it was.
Just by taking the pressure off helps straighten it, but it's still got to be fine-tuned and tweaked.
And I was thinking about putting in some dead men too. A couple of dead men behind, wherever we core fill, bust into that block, catch that rebar. On the second block down, catch that rebar.
Yeah.
Dead men back.
Yeah.
That way you're gonna have to pull that dead man in. It ain't, very unlikely that's gonna happen.
Right. Yep.
Put a T back there or whatever.
I just don't like that heavy, wet soil because every time that rains, it comes down this way.
Pack and pack.
It's just gonna That's where the problem is. So even if we had sand, which doesn't hold water, or 3/4 clear, something that doesn't actually hold and retain water, we're going to be better off. Technically, everything should
So
be
you go like
regraded
this.
to move away from it. Because right now it's going this way. Yeah, no, not this way.
No,
this
that
way.
way.
Yep. We can't push on the hollow blocks. We'll just bust our way through the wall. So we're going to use a 6x6, and what we're going to do is go from core fill to core fill. That means that there's sections of this wall that are reinforced with concrete, and we're going to catch the wall on those sections and gently push it in with a Dodge truck.
It's moving. Whoa!
Okay, you can give her again. I just wanted to.
We don't want to push the wall in all at once in any one area. We want to hopscotch back and forth up and down the wall, going from core fill to core fill, to gently push it in as evenly as possible.
All right. Gotta go that way though. All right.
Yeah. It moved quite a bit.
Yeah, it moved
Quite a bit.
All right.
Yeah, we'll swing her over there. I'll pull forward.
We'll get this stuff right out of here.
All right.
Move it over there. Yep.
Yep. Moved back a little bit, not too
The corner presents its own unique challenge. We find out it's not core fill.
If we can probably get in this corner now, and we can push off of the next core fill one. Way up there, man. See, there ain't no core fill here. I don't know where to push. Well, we can push off that core fill there, and then just
hope for the best.
you see, we actually got to. I don't know if we're ever gonna fix that part there, but man, that's a hell of a lot straighter.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see what the outside looks like for a minute.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's pretty much straightened it out. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but
That's a lot better.
that is a lot better. That's crazy. A little bit.
Yeah.
They still want to tweak the wall a little bit before they're satisfied.
There you go.
Good, Frankie? Okay, I'm pulling forward.
Now, to give this wall a little bit of extra support, what Frankie wants to do is he actually wants to puncture a hole through the wall and wrap a cable around the core fill. Then he wants to tie that to a deadman back behind the garage. The next step is to dig a trench where the dead men get placed.
All right, so obviously cable, we're gonna loop it around on the inside, bring it out that way, run it up through the channel, and then loop it around those beams we get in there and bury it.
The one we want
A little more and I can grab it. Here, I got it. What?
One take long, one keep short.
Yeah, I got them both right here, so.
Unblock, because we'll do this here out.
Yeah.
And we'll set that guy goes around the logs and comes back this way. So we'll put that turnbuckle right here.
Sounds good.
You know, so we can work it right here.
Is that all of it?
Frankie also wants to add a turnbuckle to the system so he can make any final adjustments to the wall by hand.
Want to throw that bigger one on the bottom first?
I was thinking then that way, then we'll go over it, and then that bigger one will be on top. That's where most tension will be, won't it?
Yeah.
He's going to wrap it around two dead men because, well,
King,
honestly,
put that-
Frankie likes to over-engineer just about anything he does.
Yep. And then lay that, let her lay it any way you want to lay her. Because it'll tighten itself up once we. So that's what.
With the dead men in place, Frankie does the final tweaks on the garage wall using the turnbuckle on that cable. The next thing that we've got to do is backfill over the top of that trench, but we've still got a long way to go on this job. This was just day one. My plan with this video series is to bring you a day-by-day journal of our job sites, good, bad, or in between. This job just happened today, and so I'm releasing it today. tune back in because you're going to see how the rest of this job goes in basically as real time as I can make it. God bless, and go get them, you guys. We'll see you on the next one where we finish backfilling the garage wall. We regrade on the outside, and I don't know what's going to happen because it's actually going on right now.